that value is more intense.
Good girl.
Pull them out. Good.
Listen.
So, yes.
All right. To me, he looked like he was just looking over there, but I'm supposed to be counting the 4 seconds.
I would so
Okay.
that we don't miss it, because it's easier for me to say just don't let him look for a long time rather than saying like, well, what is his body doing? Did it change? Did it shift? Because again, dogs like me are extra hard to read because she was working. So on the other side of the skate, mom has stations for her and a pattern called Super Bowls. And so every time they walk up to like, say this is a bowl right here, mom will drop a treat, V will eat it. If she looks up at mom, then mom proceeds to the next stop on the train. Right, and so she has stations set up there, and she was actively working until she was like, all right, that's enough. She kind of like just snapped. Where he tells us a little bit better, he kind of looks and goes, I can't hear you right now, I'm watching this. Like, he's a little more clear, but it's so subtle.
Right.
Stand.
Yes! Good boy.
Left spin.
Good man.
Good girl. Okay, let's go.
So
This
I
way.
was going to teach you guys the 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then we fell off the cliff a little bit.
3,
Um,
1,
you're gonna start
2,
by loading 3,
3.
and you're gonna do back chaining. So we're
1,
gonna start with 3,
2,
3. Oh, nice.
listen. Wow, good girl. Good girl. That
3.
was really good.
3.
Listen,
2.
she's allergic to the 3.
Sorry.
That's okay.
2, 3.
3,
2, 3.
3.
1, 2, 3. Sorry, they're crumbly, man. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, they're from the 3. Right, so we did it backwards. So he goes, wow, that 3 is really important. 1, 2, 3. So that is going to give you, let's say, this isn't a barrier, this is someone's house and yard. Oh God, they're gone away the cars, and there's no window. When you see it approach, he goes, oh no, it's the toad house. You might start 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, you see him? He was like, yeah, 3, okay. And nobody said how quickly you had to count, right? If you really needed to go, oh God, we need to get by it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So easy to keep walking. Or I could spread it out. 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3.
Oh.
Because the pattern stays the same. And the time in between, he knows to anticipate. I also think that I bring up that example about moms because that one evokes something emotionally in us. And we go, oh, the situation is changing. And so that lead up, I think, gives them a clue too. I mean, you use this all the time with her. Do you
1, 2, 3?
Yeah, do you find that 1, 2, 3 gives them time, more time to react than a single word cue?
React positively or negatively?
Positively to you.
Yes. And depending on the environment, yes.
If she can hear you right, I think sometimes if they're on the fence and you say 1,
Yes, she will start to.
and then 2, okay, I know what's coming next, right? And it gives them time. Like I don't have good words or good science for it, but that's my inclination after doing this for a
I
while.
think it's latency. Is that what they call latency?
Yeah. I mean, latency is the time between the cue and when it's executed. So you're artificially expanding the latency to make them. Yeah, actually, that's a good way to put it. You're artificially expanding the latency to make the cue more.
Yes. Yes. Roll. Roll. Yes. Yes. Matt.
I guess it's
also think of it like, you can keep them online a little bit, just like over here, V was doing her stations, and she's going, okay, up, down, down. He's going, okay, they're saying 1, okay, they're saying 2, okay, 3 is coming, okay, they're saying 1. And he can focus on hearing that and waiting for it rather than going, what's that dog doing? And like looking around. It gives him something else to focus on.
Yes, makes sense.
And I was actually letting you do the talking when you were doing 1, 2, 3, so I was just feeding her on every 3.
Oh, she's such a good girl.
Listen. Good girl. You're not gonna be having much food today, honey bun.
She said, this is great.
Yes, but also it's
It is.
yeah.
Good girl. Listen. Yes.
Keeps them online. It kind of keeps it, thinking about that.
Good girl. Listen. Good girl.
And in a pinch, you know you can use this as a recall. The catch is if you're sitting on the couch and you go, oh, Wendell, what are you doing over there? You go 1, 2, 3.
Listen. Good girl.
Here, try this one.
Good girl.
If he doesn't come to, I would still toss something to him so that the 3 stays strong. Yes, I do see that you're relaxed.
Stay flat. Good girl.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm just over here breaking up treats. I did not
Good
agree with you.
girl.
He said, yeah, that's the problem. You did not agree.
Belly.
Rude. There you go. All right, good wait.
Oh.
Belly.
You're silly.
Let's go.
Ears.
Sorry.
Belly.
Here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Wendell.
Foot.
1, 2. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Well,
How you guys feeling about the 1, 2, 3?
good.
Look at him reverse course. Yes. He was coming over here to see if I had any more barbecue sliders, and then he said, "Oh, hang on. I know 3 means something for my mom."
Good girl. What a
You're a
good
ham. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Good girl.
Good job.
Let's move a little. Okay.
Can you do that thing you were just doing so I can take the picture? Show Dr. Gina, please.
Yes.
Right.
Listen. Good girl.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about a pattern that I use right when we're getting ready to leave the house.
Yes.
Or, you know, if you're gonna take him to a new environment, say you guys wanna go on a picnic,
Yes.
when you get to the park, unload him out of the car, this is the first pattern I would do, to just
Yes.
get him used to checking in. And B, you might already, do you use up, down?
I'm doing that right now.
Beautiful, great.
Yes.
So up, down is
Yes.
a game that we play, and this is where I deviate from the school a little bit.
Yes.
I think we should announce when we're playing up, down, Joanne, and I think we should
You
give
mean
them a
say
name.
it? Like-
I think we should tell them.
Yes, like name it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yes.
I'll show it to you, then I'll explain why.
Yes.
Find it.
Up. Yes.
Hey, Wendell,
Yes.
Wanna play up down?
Yes.
So we're gonna have to watch the hair on his eyebrows because his eyes are a little bit hard to see when he's down like that. But yes, anytime he looks up at me, that's my cue to drop a treat.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Can you lie on your mat?
right now he's choosing the environment. I'm just gonna stay quiet. I mean,
Good
obviously I'm not,
girl.
but yes, right. I'm not gonna cue anything to him. I'm gonna wait for him to say, I'm ready. I'm ready to play. It's basically Wendell getting his game face on, right? In a harder environment, right? If we took these down, that would be so much harder for him
Oh.
to do.
Would be. Well, you know what? I have to say for her, one of her big triggers is dogs she cannot
She can't see.
see.
That's probably scary. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So see how he just got up? He was like, hey, I looked at you and it didn't work. That's why I think we need to put an ender on it, because I don't think it's polite conversation.
Okay.
Right? If I were talking to you and then someone called and I had to take it, I'd be like, oh, excuse me 1 second. Right? I just put my phone up backwards like it's a banana. Just to help. But I think that that's just like, we need to give the learner some kind of like,
Okay. Touch.
yes, you see him, he made a lot of choices right there. He was like, hi, sorry. Yes.
Oh my God, you're so, like, your
Yes.
insight it's like incredible.
Yes.
Wow.
My
Yes.
last one.
Okay.
Wendell, all done.
Yes.
And I want to give him like an all done symbol, right? Because like, if you think about it, that's a conversation with
Yes.
them.
I like that idea because that ties in with the cooperative care where I name everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I think it's polite to tell them, hey, this will, I'm sorry, B, that was really
Yes.
rude to me. This will work now it will not work, right? Like, if you're gonna do something
Yes.
as mistakable,
Okay.
as innocent
Hold
as eye
on.
contact, I think you
Matt.
have to tell them.
Matt.
These are the rules now, these
Good
are the
girl.
rules, right? Like, I think about children a lot when I'm teaching. I don't have kids, I'm not like super interested in kids, but I think about like what it felt like to be a child and to be overwhelmed by the world and to have adults being like, follow these instructions, and me being like, I can't hear you right now, right? And I think about like their cognition is so different from ours that like, what must it be like to be that, right? And so like, my dad was a great parent, and he would establish rules in a way where he would be like, okay, so I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, and he would say, okay, the roads are really bad right now, snow rules are in effect, and I knew that like,
Let's play up and
there
down.
was no
okay?
unnecessary talking, the radio had to get turned down, it was time to sit quietly because he had to
Up. Let's
and
play
that
up
was
down.
all laid out ahead.
Yes.
It wasn't like, shut up, I'm driving, it's dangerous, you kid, right? It was like, hey, these are the
Yes.
rules right now, right? Oh, the road's cleared, okay, snow rules are off,
Yes.
right? Like, it was like setting a pattern for me to follow, which was so much easier for me as a kid.
Yes.
So the up downs are good for, like, I just want to understand.
Yes.
The reasoning.
So like, building focus, the reason I do them like right when we start out is I want to, one, check the temperature, how's he feeling, right? If I go out and I'm trying to do up down and he's going,
Yes.
and he's not checking in with me, okay, what's going on in the environment that's bugging
Yes.
out? Or do you guys use us as your primary care vet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to go
Yes.
in the lobby?
We do now,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you go in the lobby, you can sit and play this game
Yes.
instead of fixating on everything else, right?
Oh.
That's kind of the big reason that they teach it. Is just building focus.
Oh.
And then anytime you change an example or change an environment, right? Okay, we're gonna go out on a picnic. We're gonna go, to a neighborhood and walk where we never walked before.
Yes.
I would just check focus there. And also,
Yes.
it's kind of cheating because the dog just got a bunch of reinforcement at the beginning of their walk. So look at you.
Yes.
So the whole walk, they're gonna be like, is that where it is, right? And then you can capture some of those.
Yes, get it.
I know you're just trying to do a peek. Trying to do a looky.
Matt. Good girl. Good girl. Listen.
Good job.
Good girl.
I saw you do that, B.
She looked, yeah.
She looked over at his noise and then she said, "Hello, Mom? Hello, Mom, I'm here."
Yes. Listen, be a good girl. Get it.
Good job, Mama.
Get it.
And the hard part for the humans is letting the dog drive the bus. Right?
Yes.
Because if he doesn't do it, well, that's his choice.
But this for her is huge. That there's a dog.
There's a dog in
She
the
can
room.
smell and she can't see.
And as we go on, we can always experiment with
Just
peekaboo.
a little peek. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like not a full pet. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we can, as we go on, I would like to experiment with like peekaboo, like little
Big
holes for
ring.
them.
Get it.
So
Ring.
just then, he was
Ring.
like, interested in over there for more than 4 seconds. So I
Yay.
said yes. He glanced but didn't stay.
Good girl.
So I
Good
just
ring.
told
Get
him,
it.
I said, like, pull him back. Is that what I should
You can, or you could try your 1, 2, 3, or you could try your emergency U-turn.
Okay.
Get it.
Emergency U-turns are the last thing I'm gonna teach. Did I teach you guys
I
that?
don't think
Okay. Emergency U-turns. Does she have one?
We.
She can turn. You say turn, and she turns.
I say turn. She'll turn. I also use this way a lot.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I mean, I consider
This-
that an emergency.
Yeah, this way is usually what I teach.
Ring. Ring. Yay! Good girl. What a good girl. Okay.
Window. This way.
Listen. Good girl. Yes. Okay.
This way.
Listen.
So start to build that this way cue.
1,
This way.
2, 3.
And then I'm gonna do it with a leash in case there's a little pressure on accident. That is
Get a drink. Have a drink.
this way.
Thirsty.
That pressure becomes part of the cue. Like obviously I'm not dragging him, but like right there's a little bit of pressure. This way. Yes. This way.
Yes. Good girl.
This way. And I want to use it before I need it, obviously.
Yeah.
And you can add window. This way.
1.
Yeah, we're running. You can add
Yes.
speed.
Good girl.
You can add turns. But that is one way that you can help him. One,
Let's try.
help you when you do go uh-oh and you start to back up and there's
Hey.
pressure put on that point.
Peek. Peek walk. Good, good. Peek, 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 peek. Yes. Peek walk. Peek. Peek walk. Beep, 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 beep. Yes. Good girl. Peek walk. Let's go. Oh, too much? Too much? Okay, Matt. Good.
You can
good.
turn or go straight or whatever
Good
works for you. I
girl.
want him to get used to doing it in a variety of contexts. And dogs are, Shayna's generalization is impossible for dogs. I just think they're real bad at it. You know, you're gonna learn this stuff here in class today, and then he's gonna go home
Yeah.
and he's not gonna have all the retention.
This will be inside work.
There will be more distractions, it's not the same place.
Yeah.
And it's creatures that are anxious or worried about their environment take in the wrong information and too much information, right? Like, if you were a person that was really worried, you might be like, oh, is that a fire exit, or is there a fire extinguisher in here? And then you're not even listening to what I'm saying because you're so worried about like emergency exits or whatever it is that your particular anxiety is, right? If he's just spending his whole brain space worrying about V,
Yeah.
when he goes home, he's gonna be like, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question about that, because I hope he's not spending his whole brain
No,
space
he's not.
worrying about her. Okay, because V, listen, yeah. In terms of that, learning something new and sleeping on it, I'm glad I have, yes, good girl. I'm glad I have an hour to drive home because she has a chance to relax and maybe sleep on the learning. That's why I'm hoping he doesn't.
No, he's not. He's
okay,
working.
That's good.
There is also a new study that Dr. Shana just found out about last week that says chewing has an impact on memory retention.
Really?
I'm not sure the parameters of what it takes,
Girl.
but she suggested we trial it with some of our patients. They did not investigate licking, because that would be easier.
Chewing, so for me, chewing would be like her favorite chew right now is a dried cod skin.
Yeah, something
And it
like
actually takes, it's not gone 1, 2, 3.
that. Yeah.
You know, it takes a couple minutes for her to eat that. And she said, I would love to do that.
She said, you have any cod skins, lady? Yeah, so we have some we're gathering like some yak chews and some short bully sticks.
She's never had a yak. She loves bullies most of the time.
So
that's a good idea to maybe bring that and see.
yeah, if she'll chew it in the car on the way home, or even before she leaves.
So you're thinking about chewing it not in the environment?
I'm not sure. I have to clarify with Dr.
Okay.
Shana what the parameters of the experiment were.
I'll try to
Because
remember.
I'm just thinking about how do I get buy-in from humans when I'm like, all right, we're gonna take 5 minutes of class and let your dog chew on something. I feel like people are gonna be like, get out of here, hit the road. But what I could do, now that I just thought about that, I could say we're gonna let them chew and we're gonna talk about and we're gonna do, so we made friends with another team that works with a veterinary behaviorist in Virginia, and they do a thing called video notes, which I think is really helpful. The last couple minutes of class, they have the people pull out their phones and then the instructor reviews everything they
Oh,
learned.
yeah, I like that.
So I would like to do video notes with you guys.
I'm actually videoing now.
Beautiful.
Because I want to see if I can zero in, because she is hard to read. I mean, she can go to 0 to
Yes.
50.
Because she's so worried about working. Like, working is so important to her. But again, she's a border collie. That's what she's supposed to do.
And at least she wants to do something. And that's why the agility dogs who are reactive, if they're focused on the job, they're okay.
Yep.
Yes, good girl.
And I think about it, too, like I told you guys, I think about being a kid, and this is a little more off color, but I used to be a bartender and at like a little bit fancier of a place, and we got to do this free festival that it's very expensive. It's like $100 a person ticket
Flat.
to go to this thing, and you eat at all the best restaurants in Philly, and you know, all the restaurant workers are there, and of course, we didn't pay to get in, we're working, and so we're going, hey, can I have a drink for a ham sandwich? Yeah, sure, and you're switching food back and forth, so you know, I'm eating it like Zahab has a table, and all these places that are really fancy have these tables, and so you're drinking a little bit more than you should, but in that state, I think the only thing holding it together for me was that I had to count ratios for bartending. 3/4 of this, 1 of this, quarter of that, shake. So like that math, and then when they were like, hey, why don't you take a break and wander off, I was like, oh wow, I am not in the state of mind. And so I think about like, is there anything that translates, right? Because like, they don't have the same cognition.
Right.
And so like, for me, that was just switching mental states of
Okay.
like, yeah, sure, we're drinking and we're having a good time,
Okay,
we're
break.
working, and then I turn around to go take a walk and I go, I'm gonna go home. It's time to call, right? And so like, I don't know, like, I think about that and like how hard it was to process information.
Yeah.
And like, hey, I gotta go. I'm falling off a cliff here. And then I think about like a dog that is afraid for their life, even though they're not in danger, right? You know. But like those big reactions come from fearing for your life. What does it feel like to be in that mental state too? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, this is turning into walking work philosophy class, but I think about those different states of mind.
It makes sense. Kids can't learn when their basic needs aren't met.
Absolutely, right, that's right, you're an educator. Forgot about that. Right. Think about a kid that is food insecure. You can't learn when you're hungry.
Right.
Good girl.
And you can't learn when you're worried about getting in trouble.
Right.
Or worried about your friends being mad at you. Or anything, right? It's really hard to focus. And so if anybody goes to the Motor Museum in Philadelphia, they have a dog's brain in a jar that you can look at because they have all kinds of weird stuff in jars. But yeah, it's so cool. You can see their like prefrontal cortex is so much smaller than ours. Like we have an emotional governor that says, hey, you seem really mad. Are you sure you want to punch that guy? Maybe walk back a little bit. They don't have that. They're just on raw emotion, right? He said, okay. He's a good boy.
You wanna try
I sit this way.
Yeah, same.
Again, I don't care if you yell out hamburger and he goes with you.
No. I like saying things that make sense for the situation because I will remember them.
And I think if the word makes sense to you and it makes you think about what you're doing, that's why some of the tools are the same, but you're just gonna connect with them differently. I know that was the slowest turnaround. This way? Alright.
Yes.
Alright, so let's do a video note. I know you're recording.
Yes.
So
Wait, should we?
if you wanna record,
Okay.
audio or video or I don't care, doesn't matter. Or
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
wanna
put my phone a little closer to you.
That's
Actually,
cool.
I'm amazed she was able to just lie on her
She-
side.
She did it. Chris did it.
You did it. You did it. Okay, so the phone's still going? Okay, I'm gonna, oops.
Yeah, I just want to look over and figure it out.
V, listen, good girl, while I try to get organized here.
Oh, you gotta chew and swallow. You can't just be inhaling the treats.
I want
That's
to
alright, that's
save
just your
it,
Indiana.
and now I'm gonna start again. Ugh, I don't want this. Okay, now we're good.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright,
Let's go.
we worked on counter conditioning techniques. When they notice a sound, you're gonna look for their body language. You're gonna start off yes and treat, or mark and treat. I think both of you use a yes. For oriented to strange sounds. After they get a little acclimated, you're gonna move to engage, disengage. And you're gonna let them look for about 4 or 5 seconds. And then you're gonna pull them out with your yes and treat. The end goal of that stage is that they pull themselves out and they look for a couple seconds and then they turn around and go, hello, I am Ode Snack. We did talk about treat magnet techniques for dogs that are short, using a spatula or chuck it or serving spoon with a lickable treat on it. The lickable provides a higher value of reinforcer and more neurochemical stuff, more nerd stuff. We worked on an emergency U-turn this way and getting the dog to come with you. We worked on the 1, 2, 3 game. We worked on up, down, where we tell them, do you want to play up, down? He says, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
We give him a treat. We wait till he orients with our body. He doesn't have to make hard eye contact, but if he looks at me, yes. Yes, and drop another one. Sorry, right in your armpit, my friend. He didn't look, so I didn't do anything. He came back to me, yes. I know you don't really like those ones. He looks back up. I'm gonna tell him, okay, all done. Because I want a way to end the conversation that says, we're good here. I think that's it. I think that's what we did. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you pack up. I'm gonna take these gals outside.
Okay.
And then I'll come back and make sure the
Yeah,
stairs are
because
clear
it'll
for you.
take me a while to pack up.
That's fine.
I just want to say, my name's Joanne,
Okay.
and you are
Ayana.
Ayana and
Michaela.
Michaela, and hopefully next week I'll remember this because
Yeah, it's okay.
I have no
I'm not
idea.
good with things either.
I will, I'm here till 6, Joanne, so you have till then to pack up.
Oh, I think not, yeah, okay.
All right.
I just wanted to say, have you, do they have snuffle mats?
Oh, no.
Because I have this little one that I made that, which I have found if I go on a walk, I can take it with me. And if I think she's getting a little too anxious, I'll just throw it on the ground and load it up.
Okay.
But snuffles are good.
Yeah.
Loaded up with treats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
treat, like,
Give them a
treats
little
Oh,
you
so
break.
when
can-
you're on the walk, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she drops that.
I made a small one. What you do is you get fleece, cut it into like maybe 12-inch, 10-inch strips.
And just
And
them.
there's a, you know those dish mats you buy? I got it from Amazon. You know, the ones with the holes in it, the
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
I just cut like a 5-inch square, and you just pull the
Leave it
pieces
in
through,
there.
tie them, and then you can throw it in the washer. This has been a lifesaver for me in the past.
So
Yeah.
when you're walking, you just fill
I
it up
no,
with
only
food.
I pull it out if I think if something's happened and she needs to calm down a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah, it's like after the trigger, okay, we need to.
It's
calm
after the
down.
trigger, let's turn around, let's get a little distance, relax.
Okay.
Because it's the sniffing and the finding of the
Yeah.
food that helps.
Okay, no, sometimes I will just drop treats in the grass,
Oh,
but I do
the
think
food
that's.
scatter, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good, I feel better about it, cause I don't know, people put pesticides down. and
Well,
I feel
there's
bad.
that, yeah, and you could, I also have done that too, just throw
Yeah.
them on here, yeah,
Yeah.
because I agree with you, you don't know what's going on
Right.
around.
Yeah, and like, you know, what if it's goose poop?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, deer,
Yeah.
rabbit,
Yeah.
alright,
Or
thank
goose.
you, that's a great
you're
idea.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good
So
girl.
I have a quick question,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can help us, but the last class day, we have to go pick up my son from his school.
Oh, yeah.
So is there a way for us to do like the last class of the next session?
Oh, okay, yeah, we can either do that or we can do.
Okay.
You want me to shut this? No, that's okay.
Okay, girl, you look good. Iana and, oh goodness, hope it's on the tape because I forgot already. What a good girl. We're gonna clean up now, okay? Can we clean up? Here, get it. Hey, look, get it. You're so silly. Here, let's take the food out. We're gonna clean everything up. We got a lot of stuff on here. We can start with okay, let's stop the video. And we got a ton of stuff to clean up. Stop.